Right, hello everybody. Week 2 of our magic circle routine. And we're starting off in standing. Remember, if you haven't got magic circle, alternatively, you could use a small Pilates ball or your bigger head cushion as we're working inwards. And when we want to be working outwards, we could have a resistance band, quite a tough one instead. But if you can, get a magic circle on your Christmas list because they are a great versatile tool to work with. All right, we always check with our setup to begin with. So place your feet hip distance apart. Maintain the arches on the inside of your feet. And we do that by spreading out the toes and trying to close that big toe in towards the heel and lifting up through the arches. Then it's always worth just unlocking the knees, giving that softness so we can tilt the pelvis to identify where is our neutral spine. Do an exhale to first engage the core, drawing it in, feeling it link all the way up to the ribs. Open up across the chest, smiling your collarbones, and pull that crown tall up to the ceiling. So we've really just done a toe to top body set there. And we're going to bring in some extra core work using the magic circle. So just lightly holding it. And I always think of my tummy button being in the middle of it there to keep my shoulders relaxed. Take a breath in. And on the exhale, closing in through the underarm area, squeezing into that circle. Exhale and engage your core. Breathe in and relax. And again, thinking of wink and zip through the pelvic floor on that exhale. And breathe in. And again, feeling the shoulder blades sliding down as you squeeze. Good. Nice way to activate the core in our neutral there. We're going to extend the arms out. Okay, now that is an extra challenge on the shoulders as we've lifted up. So make sure we're keeping your neck feeling long. Keep the ears reaching up away from the tops of the shoulders. Take a breath in, this time blowing through the circle. Wink and zip, pulling that belly button in. Keep the crown drawing up to the ceiling. Exhale and squeeze. One more time. And then our final arm position, we're going to have it over your head. And this will make us want to arch our back. So really rein that in by tucking the tailbone under, soften the ribs down, get that stretch feel through the lower back. Breath in and exhale and squeeze. Inhale, relax. And again. And a third time. And bring it back down, back to around your tummy button. We'll go through those 3 positions again. 3 breaths on each. This time bringing in a calf raise. Inhale, prepare. Exhale as we're squeezing, rise up onto your toes. Inhale and back. Think of that length through the spine with the crown being pulled up to the ceiling. Hands out in front, keep the shoulders down. Exhale, squeeze and rise. And floating those arms overhead. Keep the chin tucked in, tuck the ribs down, tailbone under. And last one. Bringing it back down, give those shoulders a little roll. And we'll place that circle out to the side of your hip, right down on the bony bit there, so not up in your waist, because we want to keep the shoulders down. Okay, so when we've got the circle here, we're going to be pressing into it with that same side arm, and we want to feel it's this work through the back underarm area into our latissimus dorsi muscle, a great spine stabilizer over to one side. Okay, so you're pulling that in, and we're going to do some work with the opposite leg. So we're going to peel up that opposite heel, checking that we've kept the pelvis level and we've got our core drawing in, holding that steady. Start with an inhale. So on our exhale, that hand squeezes down into the circle and simultaneously twist out through the opposite leg. Breathe in and bring it back. Exhale, squeeze through the hand, then twist the leg. All the time, feeling that wink and zip through the pelvic floor, the belly button drawing inwards as we twist out. So it's always really helpful to feel the work doing the stabilizing first. Then we can work into feeling the power. So see if once we've got your core engaged, as we twist the leg out, can you feel that squeeze into your glutes? Let's do that twice more. Keep yourself pulled up tall. Last one. Kneecap back to the front, lower that heel down and swap sides. Nice long neck. Peel up the opposite heel. Check we kept that pelvis level. Breath in, exhale, squeeze from this underarm area here. Keep your shoulder down and then twist. Exhale, so we're feeling that work, stabilizing through the center, through the pelvic floor and off to that side as we twist out the opposite leg. And now we can start to feel that effort into the glutes on that rotation through the hip. Draw yourself up tall. Let's have two more. Last one. Good. Okay, bringing it back. So the magic circle can also work to wake up those stabilizing muscles as we want to move the spine. So we're going to take it over into a mermaid bend and sweep it back. Squeeze first, then arch up and over. Inhale back down. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more. And bringing it back. Swap sides. Draw that shoulder down as we squeeze the hand into the circle. Sweep up and over. Bring it back. Exhale again. Two more. You're breathing out as we go into that fold, breathing in as we bring it back. Don't forget to actively squeeze into the circle as we're bending over. Good, standing tall again. Let's do some work into our legs. We're going to take our feet a bit wider into a wide squat. Then we've turned our toes out into a V shape here as well. Keep the kneecaps twisting out over the toes. And I prompt that by saying, just try and take your knees as far away from each other as possible. And as we do that, we want to be feeling it working around the outside of your hips. Quite often people try and correct this by just taking their feet wider. And all that does is makes it even harder to do that. So your feet don't have to be too wide, but twist out at the hips here. We're going to hold the magic circle just at our chest. And as we lower down into that wide squat, we're going to reach it forwards. Then bringing it back in as we stand up. Reach forward. Now don't overreach with the circle because I want us to maintain a nice straight spine. So we're hinging at the hips, sticking that bottom backwards, keeping the knees wide. Feel your weight staying equal through both feet. So our tailbone should feel like it's dropping down to that spot dead center in between your heels. Breathing in on the down. Exhale as we push back up. And then we're going to start to add in a squeeze with the circles. We're going to give it a squeeze at the top and a squeeze at the bottom. And squeeze and squeeze. Inhale, exhale. Good. See if we can find that nice little rhythm going as we come into a final 6. Pushing through those feet, through the floor as we stand up tall. 3 to go. Last one. And standing up tall, wiggle those feet in, give your legs a little shake. All right, so now we're going to have those hands inside the circle, just wedging them out into it to hold the circle firm. And here we want to be trying to work now a little bit around the back of the shoulders. So feel those shoulder blades draw together around the back. And it's a great posture lifter with that. Lift up from the chest, but careful not to be arching the back. We don't want the ribs to pop forwards. So keep those ribs under control, keeping them down. Now we're going to add into that a really controlled step forward. It's a nice way to train our postural muscles to be holding us steady as we're walking. So feet on your train tracks. We've got your arms pressing out into the circle and then stepping forward with your right foot onto that train track. Shift your weight into it. Bring your weight up on that back heel and float your hands up. And then step back. Stepping forwards and step back. Now I want this stride length, the distance that we place our foot forwards, to just be a normal walking pace. I see some people really stepping forwards into a lunge, and that's not what this exercise is about. Just a normal pace forwards. Draw your center in, keep that tailbone tucked under as you float the arms up. Feeling your weight shift forwards and step back. And it really is about how much you'd want to be shifting your weight forwards as we're preparing to bring the other foot forwards, but that's not what we're doing. We're just doing the weight shift and back. Feel that spine staying as long as possible at that end of range. Step forward. We're going to pull the crown up to the ceiling, keep the tailbone tucked in, and then relax as we step it back. Let's see if we can add in a little flick up of the back foot now, just challenging our balance a little bit more, plus giving some stretch to our quads, the muscles down the front of the thigh. So we're stepping forward with that right foot, and as your hands float up, left leg behind, just bending foot up towards your bottom, and then step back. Reach, bend, and back down. So that is challenging our pelvis to stay in neutral and not want to arch and stick your bottom out. So keep that tucked under all the way through. No change of shape through your lower back as that foot comes up. Let's have that one more time each side. And back down. Hold the magic circle at the top by its handle. Feet hip distance apart, arches lifted, deep breath in. And breathing out, roll down, chin to chest. Nose closing in towards your tummy button, forehead towards your thighs. And your magic circle is soon going to meet the floor, and we're going to press down into it, squeezing the ribs in towards the pelvis. Breath in here, then exhale and smoothly roll back up. So that press into the circle, I want you to really feel it working from your abdominals, like they're trying to shorten as they squeeze in. Now you're going to hold that squeeze as you take a big breath into the back of the ribs. So we're ready to exhale as we roll back up. Breath in, exhale as we're rolling down. Continue to breathe out as you press into the circle, then hold, breathe in. Exhale, roll back up. Inhale at the top. Exhale, rolling down. And we'll do that one more time. And after this press, bend your knees to come down to the mat.